Greetings, y'all. This is the Coast Fanatic here, coming out with a review of RipQurl Blaster, the new water slide coming to Hurricane Harbor at Six Flags America, located just roughly around Largo, Maryland. This slide was originally supposed to open in 2023, but due to construction delays, this unfortunately got pushed back to 2024. Which in hindsight was kind of a good thing actually, because look at all the things that Six Flags America has added for guests to enjoy in 2024. You had the whole new Steamtown land with a refreshed roller coaster and a brand new ride. And then Hurricane Harbor is getting a brand new water slide. This water slide is actually replacing an old set of water slides that used to be in this location that opened back in 2013 called Bonsai Pipelines. These slides were actually made by a manufacturer that no longer exists anymore. So it kind of makes sense. You can see what's going here. Six Flags is getting rid of a set of slides that a manufacturer doesn't exist anymore. Whitewater West is a big manufacturer in the water slide industry. So they went with Whitewater West and they got one of their Master Blaster models. In fact, it seems like Six Flags in general is wanting to get rid of their capsule slides. They got rid of the same model that was at Six Flags New England, and the Pro Slide capsule slides that were at Six Flags St. Louis have been removed, and the one at Great America has just been standing but not operating. So it just seems like Six Flags in general are moving away from the capsule slides and adding some new stuff. So Six Flags America got rid of theirs and added a Master Blaster from Whitewater West. This is just a smaller model, around 40 feet, and we'll go into the layout a little bit later. So before we do that, let's go ahead and just dive right into this. Let's talk about the presentation first. The placement is really nice of this slide. You first get a nice view of it as you're coming up to the wave pool. It runs right alongside the wave pool as well. So overall, it just kind of works with the area. I like the colors with it as well. It matches with the white, the light blue, and the orange. So everything just looks nice. I like the walkwork down below rather than just dirt. So everything just looks pretty and beautiful. It's pleasing to the eye. The only thing I will say is that it uses the old queue for Bonsai Pipeline. And I hope in the near future that they can re-concrete that queue line, because that concrete gets extremely hot from the sun and it is brutal on the feet. You take your shoes off right at the shoe cubbies at the beginning, but then you got to face the brutal heat on your feet while you're waiting for a tube. Now, the system that they have here is that you wait down at the bottom for a tube. Once a tube is available, you grab it, and then you wait in the smaller line on the stairs before riding the slide itself. Just a side note, it's kind of cool how close the slide actually gets while you're going up the stairs. It almost like it interacts with the area around it, which is kind of cool. This is kind of, I think, a base model for Whitewater West, as there is a same clone version of this slide down in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee at Wilderness of the Smokies, which opened up this year as well. So once you get to the top, you're going to get ahead and board. One thing to note right now with the slide, as of recording this in 2024, you must be a double rider. Single riders right now are not allowed. I guess there must be some sort of a weight issue with the slide going down, which we kind of noticed as well. If you're on the lighter side of things, you would not make it to the end of the slide, which caused the slide to go down, which happened quite often. We'll get to that a little bit later. But you're going to be a set of double riders on a tube. You then dispatch, and then you get your largest drop on the ride. Really fun. Pulls you right back up. It's a little bit on the slower side just in the beginning, and then you go into your first turnaround. During this turnaround, you actually get a translucent tube with designs on it. Now, this is pretty unique. Most of the time, it's actually a full, complete enclosed tube, and those little designs are actually see-through, so when the sun pierces it, it almost looks like a different colors of lights that go through. You can normally see these on other slides, but they went a little bit different. At first, I wasn't sure what to think about it, but when I wrote it, you could see the colors pretty nicely. It was just regular, but just having it being translucent and see-through all the way was really, really unique. And while I personally prefer the other way, I like the uniqueness of this design. So after that turn, you go into your second drop, and this one has a bite. If you're in the back, like for me where I was on the double tube, I got some really good air on this drop. And so you come up out from the drop and go up. You get blasted with water from the water jet, as this is a water jet model of a water coaster. And then the next turn, the second turn, is quite intense as well. So after that, you get your third and final drop, and that is the most intense one. boy howdy, you go flying on that drop and it is awesome. Afterwards, you come up a little bit, you go into your final left-hand turn, and then you go into a rightward helix. And this helix is just completely in the dark, and it ends out your ride on RipQurl. Overall, I really, really like this slide, and I'm glad that this is the direction that they went with. The drops are just a bunch of fun. While the first one is the largest, it's really fun. The other two, which are smaller, have a really good bite to them. And the water propulsion method is really fun. It's not as fun as the LSM or LAM magnetic system that Pro Slide uses, but still, it's a lot of fun. I don't even think Whitewater West does that. I think they only do their water propulsion method. But otherwise, this is a really fun slide, and I'm glad they went with it. The only thing that I hope that can be fixed in the near future is the downtime. When we were waiting for the slide, it went down roughly about 4 times. It seems to be a weight issue from what we were seeing while we were there, but hopefully the kinks can be worked out in the near future that be fixed, because that was an issue that we were seeing while we were there, was that the slide was going down quite significantly compared to what you normally see. The only other slide that I've actually had to deal with it going down quite often was Toothless Torpedo. I know that's not what it's called now, but that's what I'm used to it being called. It's at the DreamWorks water park up in New Jersey. But besides all that, what a great attraction, and I'm really glad this is the direction that they went with. Personally, I think this is actually going to be my favorite slide at this water park. The Tornado slide is really, really close, but overall, this is such a unique slide. I'm really glad that they went with this, and let me know what you think down in the comments below if you got a chance to ride it. If not, definitely recommend checking it out, especially if you're a water park enthusiast like myself. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and as always, roller coaster fanatics, keep coasting.